Hello, good afternoon, and yes, I'm back in my office. So anyone who has been viewing my videos recently, I just want to say thank you to everyone that's been really patient with me and has taken the time to watch my videos. And it would be great if I could have some feedback that would tell me about the sorts of things that people would like me to talk about more about, or whether my videos are too long or they're too short, or, just so that I can kind of get a bit of feedback. And again, I just want to remind people that if anyone writes anything negative or abusive about myself or anyone else, your comments will be removed because there's no need for it. Now, I am looking at doing a live video this evening at about 8ish. I need to put my son to bed first. We've been homeschooling today, and it's been really good, actually. We've had a really, really positive homeschooling session. We did maths in the morning, and then we did history in the afternoon. And one of the things that we watched was the programme that was on Channel 4 about the witch trials. And he found it really, really interesting because he loves maps. And one of the things that it showed you was an old map of the United Kingdom. And it talked about the Templeton witches in the UK, and how, because of what happened to obviously the Templeton witches in the United Kingdom, it kind of gave like a domino effect as to how the witch trials were dealt with in Salem, Massachusetts, because it was classed as a British colony. So I think it's absolutely amazing. It's a 2-part series, which you can watch on Film 4 or Channel 4 catch up. So I would definitely recommend watching it. It talks about things like the Crucible, which is very obviously influential, especially if you are of an American background. The Crucible, I believe, is one of those books or plays that they do in America in schools. The film The Crucible had a Winona Ryder in, and I think it was Daniel Day-Lewis. And it was a really, really, really good movie, and I do remember watching it. So that, and obviously The Scarlet Letter is another one that talks about, again, how women used to be treated by the powers of be. And what's great about the programme about the witches is how society's attitude towards women and how it hasn't really changed. We're still supposed to be this like embodiment of purity and being meek and obedient and not be outspoken or have any real views or opinions. And I think it was really good how they kind of did the comparison between how women were treated in the 1600s to how they're treated in today's society. So I've really, really enjoyed watching that, and my son really enjoyed it as well. So one of the things somebody has requested that I potentially do a video on or talk about is the local election, which is tomorrow. So if that is something people want me to talk about, then there is a possibility. So I'm aiming to be online for about 8 o'clock this evening, maybe a little bit later, depending on how things go. But I would really like to try and get my son into bed before I do any live streaming. Wouldn't be my video without a yawn, okay? That seems to be my little go-to message. And yes, and it wouldn't really be a video of mine unless I was in the bathroom. So, yeah, I'm more than happy to do a quick video tonight. And again, if I have time tomorrow, it's actually my birthday tomorrow, and I'm really, really, really lucky to still be alive. I will be 41 tomorrow, and unfortunately, again, in my hometown, I am older than most people that I went to school with. The first person that I ever remember passing away when I left school was 16, 17. They actually died of encephalitis, which was a buildup of fluid on the brain. And somebody who I also went to school with, she wasn't in my year, she actually passed away last month of cervical cancer, and she was only 38. So, like I've said, age is just a number. It doesn't mean anything. You can die at any time. And the one thing that's been bothering and stressing out my 5-year-old is because his older 2 brothers are a lot more aware of death, and obviously the stabbings that have been taking place within Nuneaton. Again, there was a man who was murdered in my hometown outside McDonald's. That my children do worry. Okay, we don't always see eye to eye, we don't always get on, but the one thing that my 5-year-old keeps saying to me every day when he sees me is, "Mummy, please don't die today. Mummy, promise me you'll be there when I get home from school." And that's actually really heart-rending to have your 5-year-old say that to you, worried that and thinking that you're going to die. I mean, it's not like I'm in the Ukraine or I'm living in a war-torn city. I'm not living in Africa, or somebody I've been speaking to recently was talking about Algeria. Sorry, not Algeria, Albania. I live in England, and he would think that to walk down the street in the United Kingdom is probably going to be one of the most safest things to do. But unfortunately, in my hometown, it's not. It is scary to think that something as simple as a young boy going home from school in Coventry ended up getting run over. And the person that ran him over just drove off and left him there to die. So death has been something that we've been talking about a lot lately in my family. And like I said, it's my birthday tomorrow, and I'm really, really grateful that I'm still alive. And it is so that I can be there for my children and, watch them grow and be big and strong and hopefully take care of themselves one day. But at the same time, I've always said, if you can't take care of yourself first, how can you take care of anyone else? So, like I said, it's election day tomorrow. Please, please, please try and make the effort to vote, people. Even if you don't usually vote and you can vote, please do so. All right, I think this year is very important that people consider voting, especially with all the changes that have been taking place and how much it's affecting everyone in the country. Okay, it's not just affecting a single minority, it's affecting everyone. And the only way that as an individual that you and myself or anyone in this country is going to be able to promote change is by using that vote tomorrow. So please, please think about it. And if you want me to talk about voting or anything later on this evening when I'm online, then feel free to do so. I'll try and be online at just after 8 for about an hour. So until then, take care.